पार्टी निर्णय लेगी वो निर्णय मुझे मंजूर है।
दादा के ना मेरे मन में कभी भी दुरावा नहीं था और नहीं रहेगा। अरे पार्टी का रोल हमेशा सबका पार्टी बढ़ाने का ही होता है।
शरद पवार जी, our national president, he will decide that what will be the role of Ajit Pawar in the party and the government.
जो मेरा व्यक्तिगत मत यह है कि अजय दादा पवार के साथ भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने नहीं जाना था।
खड़गे साहब, मंत्रिमंडल को लेकर के बंटवारा क्या बातचीत उसकी हो रही है?
अभी बात तो करेंगे, अब जाने का है सभी मिलके।
Good evening and welcome to Political Exchange. Preparations underway in Maharashtra for Uddhav Thackeray's swearing-in ceremony. Approximately 400 farmers have been invited for the event, which is taking place at the Shivaji Park. The list of invitees includes Sonia Gandhi, Arvind Kejriwal, M.K. Stalin, Mamata Banerjee and also all Congress chief ministers. However, the most interesting development of the day was Ajit Pawar's return to the NCP with full honours. Supriya Sule and her cousin Ajit Pawar were seen hugging each other, and Ajit Pawar even addressed NCP MLAs on how to conduct themselves in the House. Before we begin our discussion, let's get in a quick word from Vinaya Deshpande. All right, I believe Vinaya Deshpande will be with us in some time from now, but let's take this discussion forward with Clyde Crasto of the NCP. He's a spokesperson of the NCP. Sudhir Suryavanshi, somebody who's been breaking old stories regarding the Maharashtra government formation. He's a senior journalist. Aman Sinha, BJP spokesperson. Gajanan Kirtikar, Shiv Sena leader and member of parliament, also with us. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on CNBC-TV18. But Sudhir, if I can come to you first. You broke the story about the BJP and Ajit Pawar signing that deal for government formation. But tell us, as you've been tracking it very closely, did Fadnavis and Amit Shah actually take Ajit Pawar at face value? Did no one actually bother to call Sharad Pawar to see whether Ajit Pawar actually has authentic signatures or not?
Yeah, you are right. Actually, before banking on Ajit Pawar like a person, Amit Shah, Narendra Modi, and particularly Devendra Fadnavis, on whom both the Delhi leaders were relying, they should have checked whether this person is really reliable to bank on, and the signature which was given really will help to form the government or to prove the majority on the floor of the House. But I think nobody has bothered to see the sincerity or check the signature or all these legalities. So therefore, all are flat, fall flat. And nobody has, understood the politics of the Sharad Pawar, how the power game plays here, and the relation between the Ajit Pawar and the Sharad Pawar. Sharad Pawar knew the Ajit Pawar since his childhood. Their relationship is very, close. They are a blood relationship, and we say the blood is thicker than the water. They failed to understand whether, sooner or later, Ajit Pawar will go back to the NCP and to his uncle. So therefore, I think that they failed to understand the entire thing, and therefore the BJP and the senior BJP leader has to face a major embarrassment in the Maharashtra and across the nation also.
Right. Today everyone is asking whether Ajit Pawar will be the deputy CM. Today we saw him coming back to the NCP. He was honored. He got a red carpet welcome. He even addressed NCP MLAs on how they should conduct themselves in the House. He told all of them to be present for Uddhav Thackeray's swearing-in ceremony. The question that people are asking, was this a larger power play by Sharad Pawar?
The way the scenes and the events were happen, in the law also we see that there are two types of witnesses. One is eyewitness and second is circumstantial evidence witnesses. In this case, we don't have the eyewitness here, but we have the circumstantial evidence. The circumstantial evidence says that there is some conspiracy between the uncle and the nephew. And that conspiracy nobody has understood, and the BJP took Ajit Pawar as a face value, and they fall flat. This thing has been happened in the past also. I think 3 times Ajit Pawar has tried to quit the party or say he wants to take this political sannyas. But again, he has come back after a couple of days. So that relation nobody understood, and that has damaged the BJP. If they would have Devendra Fadnavis had resigned or gracefully exited from the entire saga, everybody has appreciated BJP. Now they don't have any high moral ground to say anything. Now they tied the person who had 70,000 crore allegations, and on the first day only the file was clear when they Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, came to the Mantralaya and they cleared that first file. So the BJP has lost the high moral ground in this entire saga. That is the most important thing. Otherwise, BJP would have the chance. In Karnataka, what they did, they resign. The Yedurappa resigned, and after a couple of months or a year, they formed the government by doing all these tactics. But here in the first case only they failed it, and in the once bitten twice shy, like the things will happen. I think with the BJP, they will not easily dare to break the Congress NCP alliance again and again.
All right, so they may not take that risk again until they are very, very sure. But let's get in a word from Mr. Gajanan, Shiv Sena leader, who's joining us on this panel. Gajanan ji, बहुत-बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए. हम अभी सुधीर से बात कर रहे थे. सुधीर कह रहे थे कि कहीं ना कहीं circumstantial evidence दर्शाती है कि शायद शरद पवार और अजीत पवार में कोई अंडरस्टैंडिंग थी, जिसकी वजह से अजीत पवार ने जाके बीजेपी को समर्थन दिया. लेकिन शिवसेना क्या अजीत पवार के साथ कंफर्टेबल है?
अजीत पवार के साथ कंफर्टेबल है ही ना. हम एनसीपी के साथ, कांग्रेस के साथ जब ही तय किया उद्धव जी ने कि ये हम लोग अलायंस करेंगे, तो ये कंफर्टेबिलिटी अब अजीत जब भी एनसीपी आती है तो अजीत पवार आएगी. ऐसा इंडिविजुअली अजीत पवार के खिलाफ उद्धव जी शिवसेना नहीं है. जो लाइन में उनका टॉप लीडर है आफ्टर शरद पवार, सो नेचुरली ही हैज़ टू लीड द कांग्रेस. ही वाज subsequently elected as a leader of the party. So naturally we have got, we are comfortable with him.
So you're saying you're comfortable.
We are comfortable.
Clyde, to come to you at this point, will we see Ajit Pawar playing a big role in this government now?
Now see, that will be seen now, because the way that he has abruptly has resigned and then he expressed his unwillingness to join again in the politics.
Okay.
So it will take some time that to settle him in the party, settle in the political activity.
All right. I'll get in a word, Gajaranji, from Clyde, the NCP spokesperson here on the panel as well. The Shiv Sena leader here on the panel, Clyde, feels that it would take some time to settle and rehabilitate Ajit Pawar in this alliance, in the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi. According to the NCP, will Ajit Pawar play a big role in this government?
I'll tell you
will he be in the cabinet?
I'll tell you something, Parikshit. Any decision about Mr. Ajit Pawar will be taken by our leader, Mr. Sharad Pawar. So I think we're going to keep it that way, because Mr. Pawar will, Ajit Pawar will be there. He's in the party. But Sharad Pawar Sahab will take all the decisions regarding his future and what his role will be. I just want to go back to a little, I was listening to Mr. Sudhir Suryavanshi, and Sudhir Bhai is a very good friend of mine, and we've spent a lot of time together. And he's been talking about some kind of conspiracy and things like that he mentioned. Now I don't want to cast a question mark on what Sudhir Bhai is saying, because I've known him too well. But I don't think there is any kind of a conspiracy theory here. Like I know Sudhir Bhai also knows Ajit Dada pretty well, and well, he took a decision. He realized he made a mistake and he's back. So I think that's where it should stand and that's where it should stay. But I will definitely find it very amusing if there's any talk about any conspiracy theory here, because I don't think that's valid at all.
All right, let's get in the BJP spokesman here, Aman Sinha. You're a senior advocate also. You must have been there when all these proceedings are taking place in the Apex Court. Do you also believe, like Mr. Eknath Khadse said, that it was a mistake to go with Ajit Pawar? He had irrigation scam cases against him. In retrospect, was it a big mistake?
So, Parikshit, first of all, as you all know, BJP emerged as the single largest party in Maharashtra elections. For more than a month, there was a vacuum. BJP got the maximum number of seats, maximum number of votes. Our strike rate was nearly double the other parties. So therefore, BJP as the single largest party, you've been also covering courts and legal beat for a long time, Parikshit, and you know that it is not only single largest party's responsibility but duty also to make best efforts for government formation, and that emerges out not only of constitutional provisions but also of several judgments on this issue, whether it is S.R. Bommai or Rameshwar Prasad and other such judgments. Now clearly, as the single largest party, we stake claim. We were promised support by Mr. Ajit Pawar also, and the governor obviously invited Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis ji. Mind you, Parikshit, as you all know, that our pre-poll alliance was also led by Mr. Devendra Fadnavis ji, which secured clear majority in elections. But thereafter, our ally NCP, Shiv Sena, they ditched us. Now, clearly in these circumstances, when the single largest party stakes claim, governor has to invite the single largest party and its leader to swear in, to take oath as chief minister, and that is what was precisely done. However, thereafter, since Mr. Ajit Pawar backed out and we could not make up the numbers, and therefore we resigned and we will sit in opposition.
Aman, you're making it sound very simple.
It is very simple, because we did not indulge in any manipulation, Parikshit. Because it is very simple.
Did Devendra Fadnavis, did Amit Shah, did the entire BJP leadership
BJP did not
go
indulge
only by the word of
any
Ajit Pawar?
manipulation, because it never intended to. Sorry, Parikshit?
Did the entire BJP leadership go with the word of Ajit Pawar alone? That is a big question which everybody would ask.
No, Parikshit, not only that, BJP was the single largest party, and when we stake claim, governor has to invite us, honorable governor has to invite BJP and its legislative party leader to be sworn in as chief minister. Time and again, Supreme Court, even in Rameshwar Prasad judgment, has said that governor is not an inquiry conducting authority, that he will enter into a fishing and roving inquiry. It is not within his remit. And the numbers finally have to be proven on floor of the House. But clearly it was incumbent upon BJP as the single largest party to make best possible efforts for government formation. And may I just complete, Parikshit, your question on Ajit Pawar. Please allow me to respond, because there have been large number of misgivings in public domain that some cases pertaining to Mr. Ajit Pawar have been withdrawn, which is absolutely incorrect. The DG of Anti-Corruption Branch has himself issued a written statement stating that no case where Mr. Ajit Pawar was involved or his involvement could possibly have been there have been at all revoked or sought to be revoked. And because some court dates were approaching, maybe some innocuous matters, because there are thousands and thousands of such complaints, and High Court had ordered that all those complaints were ingredients of any particular mischief or any particular impropriety is not made out, they should be withdrawn. Therefore, they were withdrawn. But in no case where Mr. Ajit Pawar's involvement is there or could possibly have been there has been withdrawn. It's a complete misleading of facts, whosoever is trying to propagate it.
But Mr. Sinha, I'm sure in the next few days, now that NCP is in power with Shiv Sena and the Congress, we'll know the truth behind this story, whether these cases were closed the day Mr. Fadnavis actually took over as Chief Minister. He was Chief Minister for a little less than 4 days. But Mr. Gajanan, if I can come to you, Shiv Sena as a party has a strong Hindutva ideology. Congress is a left-of-centre party. Would it be easy for these two parties to work together?
No, see, actually, as expressed by Uddhav ji, that we were together. We actually, for last 30 years, our Shiv Sena and BJP together. It was a pre-alliance election at this time also. But whatever has been decided with the Amit Shah ji, that there will be 50-50 sharing, which is not accorded. And they said that that was not the commitment. So finally, when we were to take decisions and we were waiting for the BJP to come with offer that they should share chief ministership 50-50 and other sharing. So that has not happened. So it is unfortunate, but ultimately we have got no other alternative but to go against the BJP. Though BJP being a single largest party, once it was called by the governor, but after that Devendra Fadnavis expressed his inability because he could not prove the majority. So all of a sudden on 23rd early morning or midnight rather, that he said that I have got Ajit Pawar with me and he has got a strength of 54 MLAs of NCP. So with that thing which was not ascertained by the governor, governor should have ascertained that kind of added strength of the claims that is not being ascertained. That is why we had no other alternative but to pray to the Supreme Court that just have a floor test and then you ascertain and then decide whether they have got a majority or not. And before
right.
Supreme Court
Sudhir,
also,
if I can get you in at this
during
point.
the course of...
Right.
Hello.
Sudhir, if I can get you in at this point, has the final word been said on this story? Do you think the BJP will not be
Can you come again?
trying anything behind the scenes? Is this going to be a stable government, Sudhir?
No, I think, the verdict of the Supreme Court was so much, setback to the BJP. Actually, they had some plan. They thought that there will be secret, voting. And in that voting, they will, some people from the Congress, NCP and Shiv Sena will cross vote and they will prove the majority. But the Supreme Court clearly said that voting has to be happen in an open way, like a raising hand or something like that. And it has to be also lively telecasted. Therefore, the Devendra Fadnavis and the Ajit Pawar, they got to know that nothing will happen. That's why the Ajit Pawar resigned in the afternoon only. And the evening, by evening, Devendra Fadnavis also announced his resignation. But now, the things will not end here. The drama is not end here. Drama will continue to unfold here. They will not sit idly like in Karnataka and other Goa and Manipur also. They kept, poaching the opposition MLA. There will have some, Operation Kamla or something like that. When Operation Kamla has failed, it doesn't mean that BJP will stop here. They will keep trying. But on the other hand, as a larger perspective, I just want to tell, all three parties which came together as a necessity and as a fear. If the day BJP comes to power, the BJP sooner or later will finish them. Therefore, the different ideological parties has come together. The necessity will keep them together, and the farmer issue will be the focal point for them. And the fear of BJP will, keep them moving in the entire state. And the important thing I just want to say about the Sharad Pawar. Sharad Pawar is the architect of entire this, coalition thing. And as long as Sharad Pawar is at the center of the helm, things will keep moving. And for the smooth function of this government, he made one fantastic thing. They have made the common minimum program. In that common minimum program, all differences has been ironed out, and he has told all these 2-3 parties, see, this is a Bible for you now. Whatever your ideology, your agenda must be, that agenda should not be interfere in the government. Government will be secular. It will run on the basis of constitution, rule of the law only. The common minimum program will be the Bible for everybody.
All right. So the common minimum program will be the Bible. And you rightly said Sharad Pawar will be the glue that will hold the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi together in the days to come. We're going to take a short break, but Clyde Crasto, Sudhir, Aman Sinha, Mr. Gajanan, we request all of you to stay with us. We're coming back in just a bit. All right, you're watching Political Exchange. We're tracking all the political developments in the state of Maharashtra. Let me go back to the NCP spokesperson on our panel, Clyde Crasto. Clyde, what will be priority number 1 for the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi?
You see, Parikshit, like Sudhir Bhai just said, we've got a common minimum program chalked out. Okay, and that common minimum program will be presented to the people of Maharashtra soon. But let me tell you, the core issues, one of the most important issues is the issues of the farmers. The issues of the farmers that we've been talking for a long time now. The farmers have been suffering, the farm distress, farmer suicides. These are the core issues that we're going to start off with. Obviously, after that, everything else comes, the jobs, the economy, how the traders are suffering, and common man's problems. So these are the common minimum program has all these issues there together, and all three parties are going to work along with our allies. We're going to work together on a common platform to make sure that these issues are sorted, things that the BJP did not do what they promised, and the kind of trouble that this whole state is in right now. We're going to put that all together, and that's how we're going to work on this common minimum program and bring it out to the people of Maharashtra.
But Clyde, also tell us what happens to all those irrigation scam cases against Ajit Pawar.
No,
will those be investigated? Can you promise a free and fair investigation of those cases?
Absolutely. Let me tell you, we've always maintained this from day one. Nobody's above the law. And I'd like to tell you one more thing now that you've brought this topic out. Is just before 2014, okay, the BJP platform was what you were saying. What they spoke about was the irrigation scam, and throughout that 5 years, they won the election. Trying to put the whole people of Maharashtra under this delusion that there's a huge scam. We kept saying there's no scam, there's no irregularities. We kept bringing things out in front of the people. They said things like he'll be put in jail once we come into government, and once we start functioning in this government, we are going to make sure all these files will be opened up. 5 years, nothing. They could not prove anything. Everything was absolutely fake and false. In fact, I would say that the BJP should actually apologize and say sorry to the people of Maharashtra, because they lied to the people of Maharashtra about this. Because the proof of this whole thing is that if you kept talking about one person who was tainted or whatever, and then you try to align with him and form the government, that just proves it vindicates the whole thing that we were always right, that there was nothing that was the BJP was talking about. There was nothing wrong in those irrigation issues. There was nothing wrong in the irrigation projects. We kept saying that. They kept talking about the 70,000 crore. We kept telling people that no, this is false and fake, kind of an a trap that they are putting you into. But some people actually bought that whole thing, and now it just proves that if they tied up with Ajit Dada, it just proves that they were actually lying to the people of Maharashtra. And I think the BJP should say sorry to the people of Maharashtra.
Okay, and Mr. Gajanan, what do you think? Would you be okay with having Ajit Pawar in the cabinet? He has all these cases against him in the irrigation scam. The BJP and Shiv Sena had campaigned together. Devendra Fadnavis had said that they would put him in jail as well. Keeping that campaign rhetoric and campaign mood against corruption in mind, would you be all right with having Ajit Pawar as a cabinet minister?
Now see, since we are in alliance with NCP, it was ultimately decided by the Sharad Pawar ji that whether Ajit Pawar will be inducted or not inducted. Okay, if that is so, if he is inducted, so naturally we have got no other alternative but to go with Ajit Pawar. That will be the position of ours. And regarding the cases pending against him about the irrigation, so that will take shape in a time to come. That has nothing to do with his induction here now. That is how we look at it.
You're saying it has nothing to do with corruption, has nothing to do with him being inducted?
No, we are very much concerned with the corruption, but corruption cannot be erupted at this stage. It is a long-run process. It is a continuous process. Naturally, as and when it appears on the floor, naturally there will be reaction, there will be action from the government side, and that action will be taken by the new government. That will happen.
Let me get some final comments now from Sudhir and Mr. Aman Sinha. Sudhir, how will power play be taken care of in this government formation? Who gets what, and how will they accommodate different interests? There are so many former chief ministers in the Congress party, so many veteran leaders in all the three parties. How will these divergent interests be accommodated in this alliance?
You asked a very right question. Currently in the Yashwantrao Chavan auditorium, the negotiation meeting has been going on in the Mumbai. I think everybody is trying hard to get the plump and the important portfolio among the three parties. And the NCP, I think they are demanding finance and the home, and the urban development and the housing will be retained by the chief minister, particularly the Uddhav Thackeray. And the Congress, I think they are likely to get the revenue, the excise and probably agriculture. And the speaker for this Prithviraj Chavan is a contender for the speaker's post. In the Congress, there are huge fights going on between the Balasaheb Thorat, who is the Maharashtra Congress president, and the ex-chief minister Ashok Chavan. Ashok Chavan is also lobbying in Delhi for the post. But I am getting the report, and the sources are telling, reliable sources, not the other sources, that the Sonia Gandhi is not that much happy with the Ashok Chavan, because in the assembly election he only concentrated in the Nanded and he didn't help the Balasaheb Thorat and other leader to get more people elected. Therefore, in this race, Deputy CM race from the Congress, Balasaheb Thorat is a top contender, and in the NCP, Jayant Patil is the top contender, and that was the reason I think I also got information that Sharad Pawar was ready to give Jayant Patil as a Deputy CM, but not Ajit Pawar, and that was one of the reason Ajit Pawar breaking from the NCP and joining the hand with the BJP. Yeah.
All right. And Aman Sinha, final words from you, very briefly. What role would the BJP now play in the opposition? How would the BJP hold this Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi to account?
Well, obviously, we'll play a constructive role in the opposition. But just look at the contradictions of the alliance even before it is formed. The Shiv Sena spokesperson says that induction of Mr. Ajit Pawar has nothing to do with the cases. The NCP says that induction of Mr. Ajit Pawar in the BJP, Mr. Fadnavis cabinet, says that he has been given a clean sheet, which is absolutely devoid of facts. And in the same vein, he says that cases inquiry will go on. Look at the self-contradictions and self-defeatist comments.
We didn't contradict each other.
Now, another case, Mr. Sharad Pawar.
I think you didn't pay attention to what I was saying.
Mr. Sharad Pawar. Now, please, when you were speaking, although you were making several self-contradictory statements.
No, I wasn't making self-contradictory, and I don't want to interject when you were talking. But if you're going to spread a false narrative like you will always do, then I'm going to interject.
I do not need your certificate.
So I do not need your certificate. When if you say it's contradiction, I do not need your certificate.
We're taking final comments from Aman and we're wrapping the show.
Double the seats, we will share 2.5 years with BJP. And when it comes to having government with NCP and Congress, they do not want 2.5 years of chief ministership, despite Mr. Sharad Pawar saying that yes, he wants 2.5 years as chief minister.
Who said so?
At the inherent
Stop this fakery. Now at least stop this fakery.
Look at the appalling self-contradictions.
No, you should stop this fakery, Parikshit. You're going to allow him to talk, and he's going to go away with whatever fakery that he's doing. Who said so? Who said so? Who spoke about it?
We've completely run out of time. I think Aman Sinha, I've got your point. Clyde, I've got your point as well. I think corruption is a major issue. There were allegations against Ajit Pawar, and it seems that for both political parties, for the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi and also for BJP, Ajit Pawar was a suitable contender when the opportunity seemed convenient. So political convenience over public interest in the last 3 to 4 days. This is what we've been seeing. We have to wrap at this point, but Clyde, Sudhir, Aman, Gajanan, Kirtikar, thank you very much for joining us on Political Exchange.